I just passed the Cardano Blockchain Certified Associate exam. So in today's video, I want to talk all about my experience preparing for the exam, taking the test, what I would do differently, and whether or not I thought the whole process was even worth it. Hey everyone, welcome back. It's me, the part-time economist, and I will put the bottom line right up front. I think the Cardano Blockchain Certified Associate exam and training material is a well-designed program that does a great job not only teaching people about blockchain, but demonstrating that someone has an intermediate level of blockchain and cryptocurrency knowledge. Now, obviously, this is produced by Cardano, right? It is somewhat focused on Cardano, but it still covers a wide range of foundational cryptocurrency topics. You learn about Bitcoin, you learn about Ethereum, you learn about different consensus mechanisms, right? So this isn't just a Cardano course. If after going through the course, if I saw this on someone's resume, I wouldn't say, oh, this person is an expert in Cardano. I would say, okay, this person knows about crypto and they have a detailed level of Cardano experience, right? Like it's still going to cover the basics of a wide range of topics. Now, obviously, there are a whole lot more things that I could say about the exam, so I do want to share some details, but I have to give two absolutely massive disclaimers. Number one, when I was studying for the exam, I was trying to find posts, people talking about their experience to kind of get a heads up, and there wasn't a lot of information out there. So I am making this video to educate, to inform, to help other people know what to expect. I am not making this video to tell you Cardano is the best ever or that you should go buy Cardano, right? I am not doing that. Number two, when I took the exam, I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement. So I cannot tell you specific questions. I can't say, oh, question 37, you should pick A and C, right? I can't do that, but I can share my general experiences and hopefully they will be helpful for you. So with that being said, let's go ahead, let's jump right in and talk about the training program, because the cool thing about this is that the exam and the training program are both developed by Cardano. So there's a strong alignment between what you see on the exam and what training materials you're provided with. So Cardano, they really hold themselves out as kind of like a blue chip crypto, right? They're all about stability and peer review and academic rigor, right? I 100% saw this philosophy embodied in the course and in the exam. So the training material, it took me about 3 days to go through everything. It has video lessons, it has review questions, it has practice exams, and like I said, it covers a wide range of cryptocurrency topics. Now, when it comes to the exam, you've got to remember the exam, the training material, they are designed by the same organization. So there's a strong alignment, right? A lot of exams that I've taken in the past, you have no idea what to study for, right? You have no idea what's on the exam. You're going to spend hours and hours study, and then you get to the exam and you're like, where did this even come from? That was not the case here. Everything that I saw on the exam, right? There were questions that I legitimately didn't know the answer to, right? Like, oh man, I forget this question, but they were questions that I'm like, oh yeah, I remember a lesson talking about that, right? And again, I think that really speaks to how well organized this was. Like, I can live with that, right? If the instructor, if the course designer, if they mention something, if they discuss something and it slips my mind, like that's on me, right? That's not on them. So I thought that was a very well-designed aspect of kind of the integration between the exam and the training material, right? Number two, in my opinion, this was a very straightforward exam, right? There are some exams where you take them and you know the material, right? You could provide a textbook definition for every of the answer choices, but you literally have no idea what the question is asking, right? In my experience, this was not the case. All of the questions, you understood what they were looking for, right? It wasn't trying to confuse you. It's like, look, do you know this information? Yes or no? And again, I think that really speaks to the attention to detail that Cardano put into developing the exam. So with that being said, I did pass the exam. What would I do differently? Well, two things that I would do differently. Well, maybe one thing. The thing I would do differently is I would give a lot more attention to everything that is covered in the training material, right? And again, I know when we're going through training, we say, oh, this is probably more important, or this interests me and that doesn't interest me, right? Like, I think we all kind of prioritize the things maybe that are more interesting to us. And if I was going back through the material again, I would make sure that I took detailed notes, that I studied every specific thing that they mentioned. Like, if they mentioned something, I wouldn't say like, oh, that's just a tangent, it probably doesn't matter, right? If the course mentions it, I think it's something that you should know for the exam. That being said, I do think that the practice exam, right? The practice exam that I took at the end of the training course was pretty much the exact same score that I got on the official exam, right? There's a very strong alignment between the two. So, big picture takeaway here, if you master the training material, I think you're going to do really well on the exam. Now, another thing, and kind of a very important thing, is this credential even worth it? Now, this is going to be completely subjective, right? Everyone has a different idea of what worth it means. I have a huge background experience in cryptocurrency. I've been in crypto since like 2018. I've published videos. I've done articles. I've worked for a big financial company that opened a cryptocurrency division, right? Like, I am very familiar with cryptocurrency. However, it can sometimes be difficult to quantify that, right? So I like that this credential is, number one, issued by a reputable name in the cryptocurrency space. Number two, I like that this credential requires a formal exam, right? This isn't something where you just take a test at home on your computer and, there's no verification that it was actually you that took the test, that you weren't cheating, right? For this exam, I literally had to go to Pearson VUE. I had to sit there, have someone watching me, with the cameras to show that, like, it was me taking the exam, that I wasn't cheating. So I think that gives this exam a little bit additional credibility over something that you kind of just take anonymously. Now, like I said, the training material is free, but if you do want to sit for the exam, there is a fee for that. At the time I'm recording this video, it is $99. However, at the time I'm recording this video, there is also a promo code, so keep that in mind. Again, I'm not talking about finance here. I'm just trying to mention, like, I see it on my screen right now. But let's just assume it's the base price of $99. Is that worth it? Again, I can't tell you that answer, right? Like, I simply don't know. It's going to depend on your circumstances, your situations. All I can talk about is for me personally. So for me personally, I liked it, right? I thought it was a great way of demonstrating, like, I have an independent organization that has certified I have a certain level of knowledge, right? Because simply saying, like, I work in crypto, right? Like, that could mean anything, right? Every organization has people that are, like, really into what they do for their job, and people that are just kind of there for a paycheck, right? Like, I'm not judging. It's just the way it is. So having this, I really liked it because it's like a standardized body of knowledge. So yeah, overall, I think it was really great. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Like I said, I can't give you specific answers, but I can talk about kind of the general philosophy of how I prepared, whether or not I thought it was worth it, things like that. So as always, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.